Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial we are going to look at this integral from 0 to pi over 2 of sine inverse of sine of x minus cosine of x. The value of this integral is 0 and it's very simple, so you may want to stick around to see the solution of this beautiful integral. So we are going to solve this integral using a property called the King's property, which is very famous in my videos. So the King's property states that if we have the integral from a to b of f of x dx, that is equal to the integral from a to b of f of a plus b minus x dx. So in this case, our a is going to be the lower limit. So our a here is going to be the lower limit 0 and b is going to be the upper limit, which is pi over 2. So in that case, a plus b here is going to be pi over 2. So we can use that to transform our integral. So let's call our original integral I, and then let's transform our I using the King's property, which will be from 0 to pi over 2 of sine inverse of wherever you see x, you plug in pi over 2 minus x, that is from here. So we have sine of pi over 2 minus x minus cosine of pi over 2 minus x, all this dx. That is the integral from the King's property. And then sine inverse of from the double angle identity, sine of pi over 2 minus x is the same as cosine of x, minus from the double angle identity, cosine of pi over 2 minus x is sine of x dx. So this is the integral that is being transformed by the King's property, and this is our original integral. They are the same. This and this are equal. So what you have to do is to sum them. So we have I plus I. So the I is our original integral, which is this one. And that is the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of sine inverse of sine of x minus cosine of x, plus the x, plus the integral from 0 to pi over 2, that is the King's property, which is sine inverse of cosine of x minus sine of x dx. So we can actually combine this. So this is going to be 2I is going to be the integral. I'm going to leave this one for now, which is the sine inverse of the sine of x minus the cosine of x, all this dx, plus the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of sine inverse. Permit me to, I can factorize negative out of here, that is negative 1. If you factorize negative out, what you are going to be left with is sine of x minus cosine of x, like this dx. And we know that sine inverse function is an odd function. So if you have sine inverse of negative x, that is the same as negative sine inverse of x. So the sine inverse of x is an odd function. So what that means is this 2I, which is equals to the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of sine inverse of sine of x minus cosine of x, all this dx. This is sine inverse of negative of this. So that is the same as the negative sine. So which is the integral plus the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of the negative sine inverse of sine of x minus cosine of x dx. And you can bring the negative 1 in front of the integral, which is 2I is going to be the integral from 0 to pi over 2 of sine inverse of x minus the cosine of x dx, minus integral from 0 to pi over 2 of sine inverse of sine of x minus cosine of x, all this dx. So in the end, this and this are exactly the same. So they will just cancel out. So that is just equal to 0. So we have I here, 2I is equals to 0. and in that case I is going to be equal to 0. So and therefore our original integral, which was I, evaluates to 0. So that is how you solve this integral. So if you find that helpful, make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more tutorial and tricks on how to solve definite integrals. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.